We're on Module 3, Topic 2, Lesson 3. We will be doing M3-92, chess number 4. So they don't give you much room, so if you want to grab some scratch paper, that might be a good idea. So it says, use the substitution method to determine the solution of each system of linear equations and check your solution. So we're just solving these algebraically. So if I look at A, I'm going to be taking this 7x and putting it in for y, because this second equation has already distinguished that y is equal to 7x. That's why I can substitute. I can replace that y with 7x. So that resulting equation is 9x plus 7x equals 16. Then I can just solve for x in this case. So that 9x and 7x together is 16x, which is still equal to 16. So 16 times something is 16. So of course, last step, get rid of that multiplication of 16. So x is 1. Now we're not done just because we have one part of the answer. So we have that x is 1, but we still need the y in this case. So I can take this x and put it back into either equation. Obviously, putting it back into that second equation is going to be simpler. So I'll put it into that y equals 7 times x. I'll put in that 1. So y is 7 times 1, which is just 7. So that is your solution. Now, if we wanted to check it, all we need to do is take those numbers and put them back in. So I'm just checking that 9 times 1 plus 7 is 16, which 9 times 1 is 9, plus 7, yes, that's 16. Same with the second equation. 7 does equal 7 times 1. So it works in both equations. That's a way you can double check it. If you don't want to put them back into the equation to double check it, you can also always throw these equations into Desmos, see where they cross, and then they should cross at that 1, 7. Let's try B now. So on B, I'm noticing I have a y equals. So all this stuff is going to go in for y. So this one's going to be a little bit messier. 3x plus 1/2. All that stuff that we're putting in for y equals that negative 3.5. So now we just go through the steps of solving for x. So the first thing I notice is distributive property, getting rid of that parentheses. So we're still going to have 3x. Now everything's just getting multiplied by a half. So half of negative 6 is negative 3x. Half of 11, so that's just going to be 5.5, or I'm going to do 5.5 to match the fact that we have decimals over here, and still equals that negative 3.5. Combine like terms. Ooh, 3x minus 3x. That means these are going away, and I'm left with a 5.5 is equal to a negative 3.5. And this is not true. So this is a no solution. For C, we're going to take this negative 5x and put it into this y in the second equation. So that second equation will become 21x minus 7, that negative 5x equals 28. So what's going to happen is this negative 7 is going to be multiplied by this negative 5x. So we'll have 21x plus, because a negative times a negative, 7 times 5, 35x equals 28. Add our like terms, so 21 plus 35 will be 56x equals 28. Then we're going to need to divide both sides by this 56 that's multiplying, so we're getting rid of it through division. And 28 is half of 56, so this is x is 1/2. So that's half of our answer. So then we're going to take that and put it back into one of those equations in order to find what y is. We could put it in the second equation, but that just looks gross, so let's put it back into the first equation. Y equals negative 5 times what we think x is, which is 1/2. So y is just going to be half of 5, or half of negative 5. So y is a negative 2.5. Sorry, negative. And we can double check that by graphing them out and seeing that that's where they cross. So hopefully one of you do that and let me know if I'm wrong. Alright, on D, I'm seeing that I have this y equal, so I'm going to be using that. Put it into this equation right here. So that first equation will become 2x plus 4 parentheses, all that stuff I'm putting in, negative 1/2 x minus 8 equals a negative 32. Start with distributing this 4 out. 2x. Now, 4 times a negative 1/2, you can either write plus negative, but it's just easier to write subtract. So 4 times a half is 2. 2x. 4 times negative 8 is a negative 32 equals negative 32. Now, you're probably already noticing that there's a lot of similar numbers, but let's just follow through just in case. You never know what's going to happen. So 2x minus 2x, that's 0. And I'm left with a negative 32 is equal to a negative 32. Now, that's a true statement, so this is going to be an infinite solution.